Hi, my name is Veronica, and welcome back to my channel. Tonight, as many of you may or may not know, I do a podcast on Wednesday nights with a group of women called Heart to Heart. And tonight we were talking about single parenting and the challenges that comes with single parenting. And I just want to say that, single parenting is not an easy situation. Many times people don't choose to be single parent. Sometimes people do choose to be single parents, but just the struggle of it all. There are many challenges when it comes down to being a single parent. You have to think about the children first of all. You're no longer the center of attention. You're no longer the focus where you need to be or where you would like to be, but it's now more all about the children. Then you think about those things as a single parent. Sometimes you don't always have the support that you need in being a single parent. Sometimes you have to rely on yourself, or if you have a family member, a close friend, or someone who in the neighborhood that can help assist you with that child or children. Sometimes you have that help, but sometimes you just don't have anybody. You can't do anything but rely on God and what He has provided for you and your children and your family. With being a single parent, you have issues such as, you know, maintaining a job and being able to stay on that job and being effective and on that job, as well as being productive. You think about your children at home. Are they with the babysitter? Are they with the family member? Did you pay a daycare facility to take care of your children? There's always something going on that you have to keep in the back of your mind. You have to stay focused on what's important. Along with keeping up with your job, you have to think about, like I said, a daycare facility or someone to watch your children, someone that is safe. And I just want to say for those parents who are out there and you don't have the support system, it's okay if you stay home. It's okay if you get some type of government assistance to help assist you with your family, because in the end of all, your family is what's important to you. And in the end, that's what your children would think about, that you were there with them. Sometimes we look down on people who may be on government assistance, but just because you're on government assistance does not mean that you have to stay on government assistance. I too, as a single parent, was on government assistance for a couple years, but then I decided, you know what, let me get a job and let me support me and my family. And along with that job, sometimes I end up working two jobs, but I would only work that second job maybe 2 or 3 months at a time. I couldn't do it for long periods of time. So maybe that might be a strategy that someone who is a single parent may also want to try. Maybe, for a period of time, if you have someone that is there to support you, to help you with the children, or maybe while the children are in school, you can get a job. When they get out of school, you're both home and you're able to maintain. I know at first when you have little small children, it's kind of hard to be able to work and provide for them at the same time, especially with daycare fees being so expensive. You know, it's just a challenge in it all. Another thing is finding time for yourself. You have these children, maybe you might have one, two, three, maybe more, and you say, wow, where do I find the time for myself? But you have to make time for yourself, because if you don't, you're going to end up resenting the children. You're going to end up resenting the fact that you have children, and now you have the burden of responsibility on yourself. And you think back to yourself, what was I thinking? Why did I have these children here? And sometimes, unfortunately, it's not the situation where you're just being out there, among people and just having a good time. Sometimes it's because you lose your spouse, right? And sometimes, unfortunately, God had other plans for that person, and now you're faced with the responsibility of taking care of the children on your own. It's not easy, but I think with Christ, we all can do the impossible. But we know without Christ, nothing is possible. I just want to say, when it comes down to single parenting, some things that we have to keep in mind is that always have rules for your family, for your household. Even now, as an adult, an older adult, and I'm here by myself, I still have rules for my home. I think rules are something that we all can uh, go by. We have a guide to guide us and to show us the way that we ought to do things and have things decently and in order. So I love rules in the home, and children love rules too. They love to know that someone cares enough to teach them the way. And sometimes kids say, "Oh, rules out the window," but no, in the long run, children benefit from rules. Rules for the family, rules for the house, rules for each individual is very important. Also, consistency. You want to make sure that whatever plan you have for your family, you want to be consistent in whatever you do. You want to make sure that you have a daily routine about getting up for work, for school, getting chores done, getting homework done, making time for church and community activities. I, even as a single parent, I used to allow my sons to get out in the neighborhoods to volunteer with certain organization or volunteer with the church. If they went and clean the bathrooms at the church or wipe down the pews, or in the neighborhood, helping to just helping someone who is less fortunate, right? And it's important that we teach our children that they too have to be responsible people in our community. I think that's important for children. They need to know that they have to give back, not only receive, but give back. And I think that helps children to be well rounded, and they can grow from that experience, because then they're exposed to all sorts of people from various backgrounds, and it will allow them to see things, experience things, and then be able to grow from that experience. Another thing too is routine. Like I said, you want to make sure that you have a routine that works well for the family. You want to get up at a certain time. You want to go to bed at a certain time. You want to make sure that dinner is served at a certain time. You want to make sure that your family have the food that is going to benefit them the most. And you want to make sure that everybody has a comfortable routine that is doable. It's not something that's over the top, where it's taking you a long period of time to accomplish one or two things, activities in the day. So we want to make sure that we do that. And not only that, as a single parent, sometimes we don't always think about our feelings, right? We don't think about our feelings and how we're feeling in the moment. But it's important that we have time to analyze, to focus on the things that matter to us the most. We want to make sure that we have that support system, even if it's just one person that you can tell your issues to. Maybe it might be another single parent, right? Or somebody in the church that you can confide in, or maybe it might be a neighbor, anybody. You want to make sure that you're listened to, that you have a person that you can pour out to, as well as help. Everybody needs a go-to person. Everybody needs at least 3 people in their lives that they can say, "You know what? Hey, I need you. Can you come? Hey, I need you. Are you available? Hey, I need you. I need to run this idea by you." We need at least 3 people in our lives that we can count on, that we can say, "Hey, this is a friend. This is a friend of mine." Why do I know that this is a friend of mine? Because the friendship has been tested and now proven. I often tell people that, Friendships, people use that term very loosely, but is a friend really a friend? Is a friend really a friend when you have good news and they celebrate with you? Or if you have bad news and they cry with you? If you have good news that, you got a job promotion or something, are they going to be happy for you? Sometimes we think that people are our friends, and then we come to find out that they're not really our friend. They really wish bad upon us or evil upon us, and then we have to refocus and figure out, is this person really worthy to be in my life, or is this person being an asset to my life, or is this person here taking away, is this person here pulling down and putting negative connotation in my heart and in my mind, and sometimes even about me, right? So we have to stay focused on things such as that, and just being around positive people. And that also is going, being around positive people is also going to have a great influence on your children. You want to stay positive when it comes down to them. You want to not expose them to everything that is going on in your life, everything that's going on in the family. Sometimes we just have to, we as parents, we have to support, we have to embrace them and protect them from whatever is going on. Everything is not meant for children to hear. Everything is not meant for children to experience. As time go on and as they get older, then you begin to explain how things are and the responsibility that goes with it in being a single parent. Those things are important to know, but at first, when children are young, they don't need to know everything. Is what can they do? There's nothing that they can do about it. And as they get older, they become more mature. Then, of course, you can share more things about the situation of the family as they get older, as they're able to handle hearing and understanding and being able to process what is going on. Little by little, we introduce certain things to our family, to our children. And I hope that this video has encouraged some people to think about, what are you going to do with your children for the summer. Now they're no longer in school for 7 and 8 hours at a time where you can go to work. What are you going to do for the summer? Who's going to support the kids? Who's going to be there for them? What kind of programs out there that's available that you can afford? Or are there any free programs out there that you can think about? Right now they have the school drives and stuff where you can help get some school supplies, maybe a backpack, or some of the supplies that the school require you to have. Take advantage of those programs. Sometimes the very radio station that you listen to may have giveaways, or they might be promoting schools or different functions that might be giving away those backpacks with school supplies. Or maybe you might want to say, ask your hair salon person, hey, I support you throughout the year. Maybe, every now and then I give you a tip. And during the school year, at the beginning of the school year, will you promise to cut my son hair for free? Sometimes you can work out deals like that, such as that will help, during that school year when it's time for the children to go back to school, and the cost is tremendous, right? It's certain things that you can work out during the year that may not be as costly, right? You might want to start getting shoes while they're on sale. You don't always have to wait until a couple of weeks before school to start school shopping. You can do that in the summer. You can get shoes off season, whenever they're on sale, or whenever whoever has a good sale. You don't have to be loyal to one company or one store. You can shop online. Now we have this big wide web here that you can go anywhere and get shoes from any store that you want to. You're not just limited to with the stores that's around you, but now you can be able to get clothing and shoes wherever you want. So we can take our money and we can make it stretch long. We just have to be able to know what to look for when it comes down to those sales, and being able to be responsible for the money that God has blessed us with. I hope that this video here has been a blessing to some people. I know that during this time of the year, a lot of parents are trying to figure out, oh, the children need school clothes, the children need shoes, they need underwear, they need socks, they need t-shirts. You don't know how the weather is going to be. Are they going to need long sleeves, short sleeves? Let me get some long sleeves, let me get some short sleeves. They're going to need sweaters, they're going to need barrettes, they're going to need hair supplies, they're going to need need. And the end, and it never stops, right? Children always are going to need things, right? But like I said at the very beginning, with God all things are possible, but without him nothing is possible. So we want to rely on God. We ask that you bless us and give us a strategy that we can go based upon, that will work for our families, and that all will be well with everybody. And I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that I have said something in this video that will help you throughout your transition from going from the summer to now getting the children back in school. I wish all the children a successful school year this year, and may God be with you. Be respectful to your teachers, and share with your parents everything that you're learning. If there's something for the children, if there's something that that your parents would not agree with, share it with them. Share it with them. It's important that children share what they're being taught this year in school. And for those of who parents who knows what is going on in the world, then you know the reason why. I don't have to say the reason why. But be involved. Ask the children every single day, what did you learn today? Share with you. Write it down. Tell the children to write it down in their pad. I learned this today. I learned that today. And bring it home and share it with your parents. Okay? So may God bless all of you. And I hope that everything goes well for you in this 2023-2024 school year. And take care, and God bless.